And we are back. It is time for Acts 3 and 4.
We hope.
Well, exactly. It's times for Act 3 at the absolute least. Hopefully all of Act 3.
I believe, though. I think fundamentally, we have really, really strong pieces. And what we're looking forward to get to the hearts level is just a little bit more consistency and early fight burst.
Mm-hmm.
And part of that was getting the energy online. Like you said, skims are great. And just a couple more of those little bits and bobs to make sure that we can get Echo Form down, get strong powers online, and then close.
We've got a very interesting act ahead of us. Obviously, we have the Time Eater at the very end, you know, that was
which
always
is
gonna
solved
happen.
already. I think our deck already wins that fight, especially if we can come in with 50-ish health, which we should totally be able to with all of our sustain. Then we can afford. The non-determinism makes Time Eater a scary fight with Runic Dome, but having double loop consume Frost makes it less scary.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be able to set up fairly easily in that fight.
Yep.
So
where are you looking? Are you looking the triple elite left path? You looking mid path, double fire?
I am looking the triple elite left, yeah. I do like the early merchant before going for 2 rests here, as well as another merchant later. That is appealing. It does give us the ability to get kind of the value a little bit out of the Pandora's box that we missed out on by just removing the 2 strikes.
Yeah.
It does have
really
more question marks and more rests. Yeah. A shot and a rest over a elite. Yeah, okay.
The other reason actually is path optionality, because if we just receive input that we just did not expect in the mid path, fight merchant, fight question mark, we can go right, and there's a 3 elite path on the right, I think.
Yeah, there is. This is the one that I would usually default to in my own time, and I mentioned this off camera. This is a path that only has question marks, shops, elites, rests, and then it's got 1 normal fight at the end. And immediately, like, I look at that and I go, that's the most valuable path, and then I immediately start going down that path. But Teak brought up a really good point, which is we scale far better in fights than we do in, you know, the average question mark at this point.
Singing Bowl and the meta progression, the meta scaling from genetic, and we have bird-faced Urn to offset the cost of those fights. So fights are so good for us right now. Usually the problem with fights is they're consistent value, but also pretty consistent cost. We get meta scaling out of them. Yeah. So I'm having a geeky moment, because off screen also, when we picked up Runic Dome, Rhapsody goes, ooh, I'm getting out a notepad. I need an exo brain. I need an exo brain to track these turns, and there is no deeper joy to me than having to bring out props to assist in your video gaming. That is just perfect. It is just so ideal. So I'm excited. We're landing every double genetic. We're getting all the Runic Dome turns. And here it is already. There it is. There's the double genetic.
There's that double genetic. I kind of want to just double genetic consume electrodynamics. It'll cost us the pocket watch on the next turn, but
very worth, because we do have to kill the exploder.
Yeah.
Well, actually. Well, actually, we don't, because if we draw 8 cards, look at our draw. We've got genetic and also reinforced body. We've got a pretty good chance here to hit a full block, even on the 30 damage from the explode. So if we wanted to really take it slow, we could just double genetic electro, which is already quite a lot of damage, and gives us a better chance to land the double block next turn.
Okay, I like it.
Still puts the fight on a clock. Worst case, we like double strike the exploder and they're dead. We've got good options, I think. Or is it
double reinforced body pass?
Yeah, we can do that. I was also looking at loop, but we're on full health. Double reinforced body pass is the play. Yeah, I agree. We don't have to heal from powers, right? Because we're already full health.
Oh god, I was trying to work in power for that. Yes, so I was trying to do the same thing.
Yeah. There's so many things that we need to be doing that we end up evaluating in a vacuum, and we forget that they have conditions. I do that all the time. Like, but Twitch chat, how do I heal this turn? And they're like, but Teak, you are already on full health. You don't need to heal. That's how you heal.
I don't know if we need a sweeping beam. It just replaces itself at the moment.
Beep, beep. I call this beep beep beam.
Because of the red light?
I just like the way that the sounds beep beep beam come together. There's no strong reason.
Fair enough.
I like the health too.
Yeah.
Beep,
Ooh,
Wow.
a heal after our Spire, Shield, and Spear. It's not the only thing I'm looking at, but it is available there. I'm actually, like, my biggest lean right now is card remove move. Maybe Panacea.
Some consideration to we may be so strong at everything other than the heart and the Act 4 elites that we start buying potions to hold them, like Entropic Brew to carry. It's at least worth a gesture and a consideration.
Card
It may not
Entropic?
be the play.
Wait, hang on.
Yeah,
Card
yeah.
Entropic, and then we could card Entropic Panacea.
Yeah, Panacea is pretty juicy too, because of potential interactions with the obvious ones are like Bias Cog, but even it becomes a good if we happen to get Bottled Lightning. You know, that's great in the heart fight to kind of even out those first few turns.
Becomes also really good with the Entropic Brew, either giving you a speed
With
potion
speed,
or reflex.
Yeah, yeah. Can we afford all that? Yes.
Yep.
We can. No. Yeah. Yeah, we can. Pretty close too. I definitely always card remove here. I leave it up to you, the conductor, as to whether we go Panacea and Entropic, but I think they're worth thinking about at least.
Yeah, I really want both of them. Then take the fight over the question mark.
I agree. It does feel weird, doesn't it?
It
you know,
does.
and what's really fun about Slay the Spire is that
12.
yeah, perfect. Yeah. Oh yeah, because we want to keep boot for hologram value. Nice. This may be a fight where we just choose to go ahead and play genetic because it is such an aggressive fight. But I don't know.
Hang on. We might already have lethal?
Right, but we want to play at least single play both genetics. And so it may be we don't go for the double.
But Teak, the number can be so big.
Just Darkness and Loop here is already so good.
Yeah, it is. You know what?
Okay.
We're going all the way in.
We don't need card draw.
Who needs it?
Not this deck.
I
Wait a
needed
minute.
it. That was a dumb thing to do.
Wait a minute.
This is the cost I pay for memeing.
It's
Okay,
like we
hang on.
played
No.
every fight around Pocket Watch the whole game.
What I'm actually doing here is I'm making sure that we keep our skill at being able to eke out extra HP value in fight by giving us some HP to heal.
Nice.
Mhm.
Set up the conditions to maximize healing.
Definitely
That
didn't
is
forget
very
we had a
wise.
pocket watch. I wouldn't do that.
Do we have still static? No, we've played all of our powers, haven't we?
No, Electrodynamics is still in there.
Oh. Can we get to it? Yeah.
Possibly, but we will have to defend on the way there.
Well, we don't get to double it because it kills.
Yeah.
That's so funny. The second one doesn't get a chance to resolve. Is it now time for Reinforced Body Plus?
Yeah,
It
we have
is.
another Rudy term. It's
Yeah.
extremely. I kind of want to get the Swift Potion over the skill. In fact, I strongly want to get the Swift Potion. I'm not even going to ask anymore. I'm done. Like, that one needs to happen.
Sweet. You know what I really like about this fight? The casuality. Is casuality a word? Casualness?
I think it'd be casual.
Cash. Do you just say cash and kind of lean back as you say it? People know what you mean. Anyway, the ease with which we slide into the double DMs of the double Orb Walker, because the deck is actually really good at just going fast when it needs to. We just choose to slow down for the genetic value. Although we are going to probably take big damage on this turn.
Yeah,
Unless...
with the fact that we have, like, is it both genetic? No, it's just one genetic left in the deck. But also, Hyper Beam doubled is a really good turn. Double Reinforce is a really good turn. I think, yeah, like, Echo Form Reinforce.
Echo... Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any other, like, wild line here that's worth considering. Single Reinforced is... It's not upgraded, so that's 35 block. And then... There's, like, a reboot that we can play. Can I see our map?
Yeah, we get a rest before we get the first elite, which will heal us with the Eternal Feather for probably at that point 30 divided by 5 is 6, 18.
I think this is worth I think this is worth. It's a heavy turn. Oh, and they're scaling a little more softly than they are at Ascension 20. So it does hurt though, doesn't it? It's a pretty big hit.
Yeah,
if they go both burns, it's not too bad.
But only 19 taken.
Yeah, I think worth.
Do not love the block available on this turn though.
This may be our swift pot. It may be like
for 2-draw.
Or do we do something like double charge or double consume first and then draw just to look for like a reinforced body or something? Or to look for the genetic single play it, accept the cost?
So double consume would just be, you know, concatenating effectively all of our lightning orbs into a single one.
And we didn't play the loop. Yeah. That's
although
true.
It does make multicast better later, I guess.
Yeah.
Whoa,
this could be. Is this where we get value out of Distilled Chaos? We could accidentally win.
Oops.
Cool.
I mean, we got our genetic algorithm, and I'm kind of leaning towards playing it just for the HP.
Yeah, we play it because we're gonna kill next turn. We don't wait. This fight is not a fight to wait. This is definitely the fight to kill. Set deck to kill.
Get him.
Guaranteed multi. Oh, they can top a deck burn. No. One top, one bottom. Still got it.
Wait, this is. Yeah. I mean, it was we were either going to draw multicast or hyper beam.
Don't play it. Because we still win if we multi for 4, and we can hollow and play the loop for 2 life.
Okay.
Double hollow even if play loop and static.
So wait, with 3 is this lethal? Yeah, 3 is lethal on this is still.
Nice.
Good pick.
The micro, I'm gonna try to catch him.
I appreciate it, frankly.
Without too much, without being too.
That is one hell of a finisher.
It sure is. We really would love to get rich and buy a Chemex. It's hard to imagine a better run for that.
It base casts for 6.
Yeah.
I know it's against Compile Driver and you really want Compile Driver, but this...
Compile Driver is not at its best here, actually, because of the drive towards 1 orb right now. What is the specific fight where we're really excited to have this Tempest? It's not Time Eater.
So it's a fight where we have Electrodynamics set up, but we don't have the kill. So it's Spire, Shield, and Spear.
Cool.
Any AoE fight before then, pretty much.
Fire, Shield, and Spear sold me. Because the AoE fights before then in this act, I think we can afford to go slower. It's like the condition has to be we're set up and we need to finish. Not we set up and we can, because lots of times we're going slow on purpose. But Spire, Spear, and Shield. Spire, Spiel. It's the Spire Spiel. That's sit around a while and listen to my Spire Spiel.
Exactly. That's what this series is. There's
Stop this spiel.
Approximately 30 minutes of gameplay, and the rest of it is Spire Spiel.
They only talk. 1 star.
1 star, only talking the entire time. Hey, Teak, we just got wing boots. We need to use 3 uses of it before we get off this floor.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just in case your brain wasn't melting yet.
No, it hadn't started melting, and it should have been. But but it's cool. I already see great value.
Can I?
I'm not. Yeah, pitch me your line.
So to be up, across. All of this, by the way, depends on how we go in any of the elite fights, because all of them we could just continue going forwards if we're having trouble, right? Up, across, and then it's done. 4 elites in 4 spaces with a chest in the middle.
That is truly absurd.
Want to get dumb? We have preserved insects, and a lot of these fights are solved for us.
What are our desired upgrades?
It's a good question.
We do still need key, and we do still perhaps want an upgrade or 2. Reinforced body is, I think, decently high priority. I don't think we upgrade Echo. In fights where it matters, we play it, no matter the cost. Multicast is good. Panacea, Reinforced body, Multicast are potentials.
But I think the only one we need to upgrade is Reinforced body. And we can do that at the start of the next floor or the end of this one.
Yeah. I was looking at potentially, just to get the heal online before the gauntlet, potentially going stay middle, take the 1, and then start jumping because then we can still get some reasonable fires out of it.
We-
And we have a jump left on the right, so
Yeah.
we can take the same amount of elites.
We can do the jump at the very end.
Yeah. That's 5 elites, actually, isn't it? 1, 2...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it is. I mean, the
Yeah,
other
that's
one would have
really
done
good.
5 because it would have done the 4 and then it would have done the 5th up here. But,
Yeah,
I
with
like the timing
slightly
is
less
better.
fires, I think, right? Yeah. Or weirder timing. Timing is a good word there.
Mhm.
Timing. Okay. Hello, shapes. The good news is a lot of these shapes frequently choose not to attack.
Gonna be relatively calm. There's the fight end already. Don't need it yet though. Electro. We don't want loop out unless we're gonna kill them, right? So like electro reboot.
Yeah, because we want to try to find some block. Although the awkward bit is... Gosh, I guess we're not that deep into the deck. I like Electro Reboot, yeah. And it doesn't push too much damage, so we don't accidentally win. Electro Reboot reinforced. Yeah, keep the pocket online.
Yeah.
That was really nice. That was really nice. And then we have lined up to probably be able to kill Exploder if we need to this next turn. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
No, there's a way. Just dual cast already kills the Exploder, and it's 16 damage, which means we're sitting on 6 a turn from there, which means it's a couple turns before we kill the spikes, which is at least an option. We know we have a 1-cost way to not take all that damage.
Okay.
Gosh, it would be nice to get that Echo Form online.
If we do that, do we want to then break the Pocket Watch by hologramming back the reinforced body for the possibility of blocking anything else?
Wouldn't it? Is that it's just dual hologram reinforced, right? That's already a full.
Dual is getting 2-played.
No, we don't have Echo Form online. That's part of what we're digging
Oh
for.
god.
Yeah.
Fights are blending into the previous ones.
No, it's no problem. There's so many pieces to keep track of. This is why I say defect is.
What
my humble
year
opine.
is it? I mean, genetic algorithm and then just like Echo Form, just wait one more turn.
This is the turn that we win. Well, no,
Is
wait,
it?
we have one more.
Yeah, we don't have loop.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Don't play loop here in order to give ourselves a chance to double the other. Yeah,
Yep.
Nice. Sorry, I don't. For some reason, I thought it was doing 8 AOE. You see, it's just hard. It's just hard.
It'll happen. It's okay, Teak. Don't worry. That if it helps, I went through something similar recently myself.
So I hear.
We don't need a second turbo, do we? We're so energy
hungry.
rich.
We gotta fill that bowl. So why does the singing ball make you more healthy? I can't figure it out from a lore perspective. What? Is it the singing bowl makes sound because of its emptiness. It's a celebration of nothing.
Oh.
That's why it's health. Yeah. Isn't that how they work? They're empty, and so there's like a resonance. It's a harmonic resonance. The harmonic resonance of the skip button. That's what's happening.
I was honestly like I took it more as kind of like a the lack of something being there being what generates the resonance, but also kind of like it nourishes you spiritually.
I see it, and that's why it's health. It is a nice sound.
So it is. We do have our next upgrade here as well, so just reinforced pass.
Here's the only counter consideration is if we don't think that the reinforced has an impact on our gauntlet of elites that we're going into, we take the key now, just so that if we pick up something really wild that we want to get upgraded, right? Like, I don't know.
I think it has an impact.
Yeah.
Especially if we're trying to eke out extra value on the genetic algorithm still.
Yeah, I think we take all the upgrades we can while we're trying to do that. Reinforced body in my head goes from 7 to 10, which would be too strong. It's because charge battery goes from 7 to 10, but or maybe reinforced body used to go 7 to 10.
It did.
Yeah.
Was it 7 to 10 or was it 7 to 11? It was dumb. It was real dumb before.
Oh God, 7-11 on the reinforced with the X. Man, that's pretty good. That's like almost. Wow, really?
Yeah, I'm honestly checking reinforced body, Slade, the Spire patch history. I don't know if that's gonna come up with anything, but
Gosh, like almost a leap with an X attached to it. So wild. In my head, it had a moment where it was 10. Oh, turn 1 echo form. Awesome.
Update history makes it 0 costs. Adds the card. No, apparently it's not been changed. I'm almost certain that's not true.
Right. Doesn't it feel like it may be like in a beta note, or maybe we just always felt that way?
I actually think it was in a beta note because this is possibly only showing the update notes for the main branch.
Yeah, full release. Yeah.
Right.
I like Echo Boot Zap. I like prepping the Zap just to like be Omega sure that we kill the daggers, right?
Yeah.
And if we take 5 points of damage here, that's acceptable cost.
I mean, we can hyper to just end them already. Hyper reboot.
So I love Hyper Beam, and the reason I love Hyper Beam here is that Hyper Beam also. Wait, do I love Hyper Beam?
We kind of double genetic algorithm first, though. I mean, we could also just double genetic algorithm and let the 2 daggers kill themselves against us.
Right, and we actually like electrodynamics cleaning up the daggers. And is double genetic a full block?
So it's 81. You're dealing what, 30 something this turn?
Frequently, I think 32, and they're 25. So 50, 82, and the double genetic is already 83.
Then just
84.
reinforce after.
Yep, there you go. There's your turn. Yeah, this is the power. It can full block any turn in the game, basically, other than like turn 18 Maw or turn 3 Heart or whatever it's like. Heart just gets so strong so fast. Turn 9 Heart at least, I think, gets pretty spooky.
Excuse me, Repto, you just summoned on that turn?
Wow, you don't see that every day.
You certainly don't. I'm just worried about the incoming damage now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna break the...
Sure, this is a great turn to do it. Big agree. Do we turbo and loop as well? Hold up. Is there some cheeky way
turbo loop Tempest, putting the Frost Orb at the front?
Turbo loop Tempest would then be on 2. It would actually evoke the Frost Orb. I'm trying to find a cheeky way to get that Frost Orb. Well, that's fine, actually. Evoking the Frost Orb is fine, because that's just more block. That's all we're looking for.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah. I was going to, like, try to do a 1-cost multicast or something there at the end.
Do we want to just leave the static discharge in, like, go slow on this fight?
Try to get 2 more health out of it?
Yeah.
Sure. If it happens, awesome. If not, the thing that's hurting us here is not knowing, you know, if it's a damage turn, because Repto is happy to attack here again. It's not super likely.
So did its only single attack and then it did its double attack. So yeah, it's done no attack 3 times in a row, but... So should we play defense then? Just in case?
Maybe it's just double cool-headed. And that puts us in a position where we can close... we can just see what we draw. Heck. This might be close the fight. It's not worth taking 30 damage, right? Yeah. I think playing around it was fair. That capacitor is incredible. So good.
It is.
Consume, very strong.
I really, really wish these were 3 different card choices because I want all of these.
I know, I agree. But if I have to pick one, there's one of them that's calling to me.
Oh.
This is a great fight.
Oh, the opening hand. Here we go. He can be attacking on the first turn, so I'll just pop the boot sequence for it.
Sure.
Now, we have no forced orb generation, right? So we can just set up the darkness in the front line for the loop.
Yeah, let's darkness multi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sick. This fight is very solved by the things that our deck can do.
Okay.
Go for the cool-headed. Just to see if we can find Echo.
Sure.
What we could do is as a play. We could rebound hologram here and just call that a turn.
So
Because
we
I
have the
do think
ability
that
to
once-
hollow back
Mhm.
other stuff later.
If we need to, or just as a way to kind of just to fix. Maybe I'm being too greedy by trying to echo all of the powers and the genetic, but I don't think so. I think, and we've got another 3 turns to do that. As long as we pocket watch every turn, I think we can get away with it. And I could have gone away with it too.
Let's be getting away with it too. We'll take the 6. It's fine.
Echo.
Echo, please.
Echo. Here's where the skim would be great, huh?
Yeah, no kidding. Not a single line detected.
Is it?
Like, Panacea just prevents us from getting weakened this turn, because we're definitely getting weakened. It's 2 13s in a row, so we're being weakened now.
Good call. Is this ever a time where we want to use a Swift pot? Just to guarantee that we get it next turn and to give ourselves a chance to get this turn, like Panacea,
Yep.
Swift? Just because this is very delayed.
Yeah, 100%. We needed that.
Yeah. Okay, now we've got all of our pieces. And, I guess it's double loop, single consume, right? It would be nice to be able to double both.
What? Because this is the Dark Orb goes off when we draw like multicast, probably, right?
Right, and then we.
So do we need to consume, or do we just double loop and then reinforce body?
I guess that's a fair point. My only consideration with the consume is we can outscale the damage of this fight if we. Oh gosh, and we're
Go
right on,
go
what
with
if-
the frost for the defense.
Here's a play. It's double loop rebound consume, which breaks our pocket watch, but puts or double loop cool-headed rebound consume.
Double loop cool-headed rebound consume.
What we're trying to do is then double consume next turn. Oh, but we haven't. See what I'm getting at, though? I'm trying to find a way to consume down and get Frost Orb online. We've also drawn through all of our reinforced bodies. This is interesting. Basically, the optimal line that I'm trying to find is a line where we are able to double play every power in the deck and the genetic algorithms without risking taking 30 damage on a turn where we don't find any block. Especially given that we have the reinforced body in the hand. But I don't know if that is or is not possible. I do know that if we can play consume 3 times and the capacitor and the double loop, like, we've outscaled the fight. If a frost gets to the front.
Why don't we start doing that with double loop, consume, and then dual cast? We get rid of that Dark Orb, we just start building another Dark Orb later when we're scaling.
Then double loop, consume is 2 more, dual cast is 4. Okay, then we can rebound the consume.
Okay.
Double loop, rebound, consume, dual cast. I think that turn's pretty good. How much damage are we taking on this turn?
Is 1, 2, 3 hit. Sorry, hit, weakness. So this should be the final turn of not doing a giant hit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so we should be okay. I think that taking the time to, like, careful that turn will pay off big time in terms of our ability to get cheeky with the fight.
So double static discharge, consume
is...
Well, static discharge is going to be hard as well, because that'll get rid of our frost if we ever fail.
Yeah, and actually, what is the first hit is 30 at this Ascension, or is it already 40?
It should just... Wait, hang on. Elites are tougher and deadlier, so 40.
I think it may already be 40, but that's okay. Double defend consume is already great, and then we get back to having our draw, which is what we want. We take 5 more damage here, but then we've done all the things, presumably, that we need to outscale from here. Because now next turn we're on 40 block with this Frost Orb and whatever else we choose to make.
So we hold the static, or are we out of the cycle?
I think we don't play it. I think we wait to do all the other things that we're trying
Yeah,
to
it was
do.
40. I really want the double capacitor so that we can start double consuming again, but double genetic algorithm instead.
We might be able to. We don't even have to play the genetic. Just double capacitor, defend, and that's 45. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's great. Nice. Nice. Do we do we double cool-headed and not play the genetic yet? Cool-headed, cool-headed, hologram, cool-headed.
Yeah, they are 8 each. As soon as we've escaped the damage cycle, we can just do whatever we want for the rest of the fight. Oh,
nice. Oh, we have turbo. We can even consume hollow consume.
We could, but we deny ourselves the 3 draw next turn by doing so.
Oh, that's fine. We can't take damage. It's A-okay. We'd be blocking for like 100.
Okay.
I can get behind that.
Yeah, I mean, there is a part of me that's like, that might be excess to the scaling that we actually require, but we're like outside the circle at the moment. It doesn't matter.
Why not be able to turn off the brain, right? I'm into turning off the brain here.
Totally into it. Get the extra energy for the next turn as well.
Now all we care about is doubling the genetics and getting a dark orb scaling, right? That's it. There's one of those two things. Oh, but static is here too.
Yeah, static. I think we just get out.
Sure.
Darkness holds.
Yeah. These plays, you know, I think depending on how much Spire you've played, people will be looking at this and thinking either, wow, this is totally unnecessary, or wow, I don't play like this, or wow, this is really good. This is exactly what you need to do. And all of those things are correct, because all of those things are correct in different contexts. And for me, this kind of play is really rewarding and pretty important because we're doing a ladder streak here, right? Like, we want to beat the heart every single time, 20 times in a row.
Yep.
And I have had so many Ascension 20 runs that win or lose by 1 health. So it really does matter. But it can feel wild to try to break the game like this.
I think this is something
Giant Head cannot get to this much damage, by the way. They will stop scaling before they do that much damage.
Perfect. We have no worries whatsoever for the rest of the match.
That's
then.
Right.
How should we finish the fight? What's our coup de grace? Because we could just Tempest instead. We could just like consume, keep going down, and then just pop a giant Tempest.
At this point, is double consume actually lost value? It is. Double consume here is less block.
Okay.
We've gotten to that point.
Okay, hang on. Not necessarily. We have 4 loops on the field. But
True.
So the really cool thing is, I was talking to you about the exo computer, the exo calculator, right? And I was talking to you also off camera about how some of the things that I've really enjoyed the most are about, like, actually, I think I was talking on camera about this, about sitting down and going through and playing the game back when the stats didn't really exist to just refer to these things and trying to work out exactly, okay, this is how this works, this is how this works, these are the trends. There was one episode where I think I just spent like 20 minutes doing math because I wanted to figure out at exactly what point is consume good and not good versus whether or not you have a leap out.
Yeah.
Sorry, a loop, right?
A loop. Yeah.
And
Where does it flip?
I ended up with an equation that effectively just boiled down to, and I cannot remember the exact numbers for the life of me, but it was something along the lines of, if you have 3 orbs and this amount of focus, then consume is still good. If you have any more than, or more than 3 orbs and this amount of focus, it was still good. If you had 3 orbs or less and this amount of focus, or under this amount of focus, it was still good. Or over this amount of focus, it was bad at that point.
That would be a cool formula.
It was real fun. And then the next episode, I was like, okay, so I came up with this formula for the thing. And then I explained it for 5 minutes, and every comment was like, shut the hell up about math.
So this turn is fun, just as an example of how strange the math gets. If we had 4 Frost Orbs here, at 3 we're blocking for 119, and double consume comes out ahead. If we had all 4 slots full, we would be blocking for 136, and if we double consume, it would be 138. So we're still barely ahead with the double consume here. But then I think it flips, because we would go down to 0 orbs, at which point, certainly, we've lost.
Oh, yeah, definitely. All right,
That's so funny. I think the math is fun. I'm on team math.
I think it is as well. I don't necessarily think that episode was the right time, like at the start
That's
of
fair.
a different episode
That's
to
fair.
explain it.
That's fair. That's fair. That's because the context had been lost.
Mm-hmm.
There's something appropriate about how little social grace there was in you saying, I once did this math and people didn't like it, and then me saying, okay, well, check out this math. Social ineptitude.
I mean, no, because
right
yours
here on youtube.tv.twitch.television.
yours was less than 5 minutes long, so
It's true, I tried to do it quickly. I prepped it in my head.
I think this is just pass. I don't need any of these at the moment.
I'm with you. There's a world where we take leap, and it's not this world, but there is a world. We could have had the whole fruit cocktail. Oh my god, we're gonna have over 100 health on defect. That's super exciting.
Could we have had the whole fruit cocktail? Because
yeah, we skipped the pair.
We did skip a pair, but if we want to go to the heart, could we have had the whole fruit cocktail? Because I think the strawberry was the first chest as well.
Oh my gosh, have all of our chests been ascending fruits?
Meal ticket might have been the first chest. No, that was the first elite. No, we had the first elite before the first chest. Yeah, strawberry was the...
No, strawberry was from the second elite because it went elite, fire, elite, and then the chest was actually eternal.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
But still, the idea that our chests were ascending fruits it delights me. So I'm just gonna. That's my headcanon. You don't need the history of the run to be exactly accurate. Frankly, it's kind of a luxury, right?
Boot sequence rebound darkness, or just boot sequence rebound cool headed and try and stall out the fight. I don't want to stall out the fight too much because, like, my man adds burns.
It's true. It's true. Although, at this stage, what is Nemesis? It's not 5 burns yet. It's 3 still. I get the suspicion. So Nemesis, like you said, it adds a lot of inconsistency, and we might not want to play too much footsies with Nemesis because we have Runic Dome, and Nemesis loves to do 45 damage. And until we have genetic algorithm on, or sorry, until we have Echo Form online, or we have done some consume stuff, we're very bad at blocking that. So it might be correct here to just go boot. Right, we want to keep Pocket Watch online, don't we? I think that's pretty important.
Can I pitch something?
Yeah. It's a complex turn.
So my pitch here is that our deck has 10 cards that, when played, leave our deck, giving us an in-play effective deck size after a cycle of, assuming we don't play all of them, 23, 24, right? The 3 burns.
Yeah.
More consistently. I want to end this fight, frankly, is what I'm setting up to. I want a genetic algorithm, rebound darkness, cool-headed darkness again.
And just the only thing that I would hazard as a, I don't even know if you can do that.
Yeah. No, you can.
Turn 2 can be 45 damage. You won 8 cards.
Yes.
Because we don't have the other setup online. So I think we are seeking a turn here which most hedges our bets while also leaving us with an 8-card hand. I desperately want this fight to be a bottle tornado, by the way. That is the best thing that we could find right now.
Absolutely ideal.
So I don't know if that means that we skip boot sequence, because we could be getting burned on this turn.
Rebound darkness, burn the genetic.
Oh yeah, we could do that. That means there would be no genetic to grab with hologram next turn.
There would still be a boot sequence to grab with hologram, which is still significant.
Do you ever play cool-headed first just to see a 6th card?
We could, but then the problem is, we play that, the enemy's attacking for 12 this turn, possibly.
Yeah. I think I like this rebound darkness genetic. I think I like that line. I think that's clever. And I think a single play at this point is okay. We have certainly gotten our genetics online.
Yeah, we got the other genetic, we're fine.
I'm all about playing it. Do we break on this turn? Oh, maybe not, because if it's not 45, then it could be next turn. This is the weird thing about Runic Dome, right? We live in perpetual fear of a 45 damage attack that may never come. But this is the fight to be afraid.
Okay, yeah, we don't need to set up the dark for the loop yet.
Yeah.
There we go. You're right.
Nice.
You're right.
But that's good. That makes it safer to play Echo this turn. That's good. Oh, wait. Can we win? Is that what you're ogling?
Well, should I be? Because we've still got capacitor and static discharge.
Turbo is behind us, too. I think there is probably a way to win with this hand. There's a Tempest and a multicast in it. Oh, but you're saying you want to get more healing online?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we can do so safely? And we haven't seen our reinforced bodies, have we?
Nope, we haven't.
Okay. I'm with you. Let's win more. The risk is, what's the multi-hit at this stage? Eventually it becomes
12. It's a
only
4x3. Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's delightful. That's not with weakness or anything. It's just a 4x3.
I'm almost certain it's a 4x3 right now.
That's like a tickle. That's cool. But we can full block Echo Form, Charge Battery, Defend.
Yep.
It's a burn.
Full block.
It's a 3x2 one day when we grow up.
The thing is, this could be a 45 as well.
So then that means it's what's in the double cool-headed is the play, right?
Yeah. There we go.
But we could choose. So we have two big options here. Option one is just play reinforced, block, keep the pocket watch online. Option two is go in on turbo, play out like everything, but then we don't have the draw next turn.
So we have 11 points of healing still needed. If we double play all of the powers left in the deck, we go back to full.
Right.
I'm fine with the reinforce.
Sure, let's do it. I like it too. I feel like this is a fight. Nemesis is a check on consistency by and large, and so we are getting very rewarded by seeing 8 cards a turn. Like, it may be the best thing we can do.
There's also like the reason I initially wanted to go like pedal to the metal, kill the Nemesis as quickly as possible, is because I was worried that the Nemesis was going to in the first cycle use burn more than once.
Burn.
Yeah. And without that, I think it's a lot safer to do what we're currently doing.
Agree. So we don't want to draw too much. So is it like... This is weird. This is so weird because we're you know what? We're almost definitely overthinking this. Because we can just like... Was last turn the 45 hit too?
I did just lose track of that. Literally.
I did too. Crap. I feel like we can double consume cool at it. Play out the Dark Worm.
Okay. That's the one I was looking at as well. I was just worried about the 45 on this turn, but if we both think the 45 was last turn.
I think it was.
That's enough for me.
I don't know.
There we go. Do we want to defend against the 45 this turn with a billion block?
I mean, yeah. Is it ever a billion Tempest?
For 1 damage a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I mean, we can throw out the Tempest right now. No reason not to.
Yeah. Have a little lightning. Now you're gonna
Tempest
burn, huh?
Nemesis can have a little lightning as a treat. Can have little lightning as a treat, sorry.
Is this double capacitor, hollow, turbo, multi-win?
Hollow, turbo, multi?
Leave it at 92.
We've got 2 powers left in the deck.
What then is it hollow reinforced? Turbo reinforced?
Hollow reinforced.
How do we block 45 this turn is basically the question. And then how do we block 45 next turn? Perpetual agony!
Well, I mean, 45 next turn is reinforced body, right?
If we keep Pocket Watch online.
It's true. It's true.
If not, then it's...
No, you're right. It's end.
I feel pretty good at, closing this novel. I think we got a lot of value out of that. Yeah, I'm
definitely did.
There's the card.
I mean, we have it.
It's really good.
I know. I really like getting, because you can get anything from it. Hell, you can even get bias cognition, and that card's really good.
I quit. As of today, sneakyteak tenders his resignation to post as co-pilot. Real talk, though, we do have a problem with the first 3 turns, and that's the kind of card that makes him so much better. In hallway fights, and it's such good scaling against. It's just like, VV good. Nice, good work, Panacea. Blocking things.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it blocked weak, right? It's
Weakness,
weak.
Yeah. Makes me feel like we want that card upgraded.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, upgrading Panacea means we can double Bias Cog, too, after playing it, which is real wild. We're blocking, perpetually blocking 45 damage hits for the rest of time is the mindset that we're in now forever.
Yep, should not have overspent last turn then.
It's okay, maybe it'll just give us a Parasite this turn. Can we win?
Can we? So Bias
How much damage is
Cognition
Double
for
Tempest?
10. Well, Double Tempest is whatever we have on board at the moment. So 8, 18, 20.
It's 12.
26.
It's 12 orbs.
Oh, right, yeah, and this is duped as well. So it's 12 orbs total. So it takes 3 orbs to evoke all of these, right? And then the rest... And there will be 3 in there at the very end. So 9 also get evoked. So 9 by 8 damage is 72. Plus the damage on board. So yeah, it's short. It's like just under 100.
Yeah, you're right. What about double Biased Cog and then Tempest? How strong is that? I feel like I'm just throwing things against the wall.
If I have to be honest, like regardless of how strong that is, I think that's just our play. Because then past that point, it's like either we hit defense or we hit delete on the enemy.
Right. I mean, there's some consideration for double defend, but I like this. We are vulnerable, which is like, this could be like 40 damage.
Ow.
24 is generous. Hey, at least we got the double genetic.
Do we want a double genetic at this point? It's 53, or do we want a double heal?
Oh, I'm still doubling genetic, I think. Yeah. Reboot, too. Find more things. Dig.
And now we can even kill him with a multicast.
Yes, Glacier. Yes. It's... Oh. I'm really happy with that. I agree with this swap, too. Yeah, I don't know. There's like a world where we barrage or something, but I don't think we're living in that world very often, are we?
Yeah, if we get to the point that we could have barraged, like it means we have Echo Form online, it means we have Capacitor online, it means we have a lot of those slots filled.
Yeah.
If by that point we're not already won, yeah, then something's awfully gone wrong.
Horribly awry. Yeah. Okay, well we know how to win this fight.
9, 9, so it'll be reinforced body instead of the boot sequence. So just bias cog loop reinforced.
Love it. Yeah. The X costs, this is a really, really good turn to emphasize. We've seen how powerful it is to keep Pocket Watch live every turn. Because when Pocket Watch is live every turn, we don't take damage in these fights, and when it isn't, we do. It's just so much consistency. So the X costs are great because, if nothing else, they give you a way that's satisfying to use up all that leftover energy. Even if it's an overblock or it's not exactly the right amount of orbs, at least you feel that you've gotten value out of it. And so that's nice. I'm still holding out for the Kim X in Act 4.
I've got my fingers as crossed as they possibly can be. They look like gnarled roots at this point. They're they're down to the subatomic level. I've turned both of my fingers into like a double helical structure effectively. I have 2 fewer fingers and I have one long strand of DNA just sticking out the end of my hand right now. I'm thinking that like is this going to be a stall fight or is this going to be like an execute fight? Because like we are healing by the coffee dripper anyway.
We did stall it last time.
We did, but we have a bias cognition in play now.
True, but we stalled it last time, I think, by playing Hyper Beam, didn't we? No, or am I thinking of...
I don't think that was that. No. Because we overblocked the daggers for the kill on them and then just had the electrodynamics go for the rest.
I mean, I want to make sure, speaking of the gnarled root, I want to make sure that there is enough of a forest of neurons left to have a strong heart fight. And I think that the genetics are strong enough that at this point we can afford to just like play the cards, play the static, play the, draw the things.
I think
As
you're
long
right.
as
I
we're
think we're
trying.
past the point of needing to continue on the same track. Although, yeah, we're over defended, so just Tempest Wait.
Getting some healing, getting some goodies.
Mm-hmm. I'll take them where they're available, but I'm not going to go out of my way.
Sure thing. Major agreement. And then maybe just Glacier Charge.
Oh, wait, did the enemy use the same attack 2 turns in a row?
I don't, oh, I see. Maybe they didn't. Maybe we do need to win now. Yeah, let's win.
Yeah.
Why wait? Act now.
Ooh.
Ooh, oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, I still don't think we go to the Merchant in this act. I still think we carry this coin. Because we won another elite. We've got all the power to take another elite right now.
So another elite is a view of one more relic and one more card.
Yeah, and then we get to buy all of the things in the shop in the next act.
Yeah, but what if all of the things in the shop in the next act are garbage? Do we want more choices? Because, like, it's possible that we buy, you know, a 250 relic here and a 300 relic next floor.
It's true. It's true. It's fair. It's fair. Well, we're definitely always taking max HP here, so we know that. 101 Dalmatians. The other thing that this other elite is maybe another rare card because we're fighting so much elites.
Hmm.
I like to say so much because even though it should be many, I like to imagine just a volume of elites.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's some kind of torrent. They're a liquid that we're just sifting through.
Oh, I'd like that. Like an elite fight where you're kind of just beating back the tide, a la Creeper World 3 or something.
Yeah, like that. I think that you're probably actually right. It's just wild to me to think that we can take 5 elites.
I do like 5
really
elite
exciting.
parts.
It's so exciting. How often do you get to take 5 elites in Act 3?
Chemical X. No, that's not Chemical X. It is
Wait.
set up your stuff on turn 1. It's also purge all of your debuffs, but it's not Chem X.
Wow.
So we go for the prayer wheel so that we get an extra card choice against the Spire, Shield, and Spear, right? It's gambling shit.
I really like this orange pellets too.
Can't take both.
Is there a consideration?
No, wait, we can take both.
Is there a consideration to skip gambling chip here because we don't have bag of prep? Eat one bad turn to have enough money to buy those other things in the next act? Calipers, I actually think, is better than gambling chip here.
I agree, but is Calibers in the next shop?
Right. We don't know. It's a bit of a risk. I also really like removal. And we can definitely always get another removal in the next act, too. Orange Pellets basically always goes off on turn 2. It lets us play our deck out of order. This Orange Pellets is very good. Guarantees that we can bias cog double.
So, the thing is, in the heart fight, turn 1, the only cards that are useful are the cards that do not say block. Well, one card that says block is useful so that you can block the beat of death damage, right? But
right.
If we draw any of our genetic algorithms on turn 1, like that's just a lost card in our opening hand against the heart.
True.
And it means that on the turns where the heart is attacking, we're past those cards, and we still have to play our things like Echo Form. We still have to play like the solid cards that get us online.
This gambling chip is very, very strong. This is not a is this gambling chip strong? It's kind of like that hyper beam that we didn't buy. It's can we afford to lose this consistency? It's like bag of prep plus, right? See 5 more cards on turn 1 basically. Dig towards Echo Form. Are we ever able to not buy that in order to hold out for something like the Calipers that could be very, very strong? I can't imagine that we can do better than just draw towards Echo Form.
That's where I'm sitting, honestly.
Yeah.
I think our setup is so important and is by what we live and die that to have a slightly more consistent time of preparing that is more important than almost anything else.
Right. You know, I'm being held back by that irrational drive. And then we grab key here, I guess. That irrational drive. You know, we had all this money, and then we're going to go into the next act shop, and we're just not really going to get much value out of it.
Yep.
And that's too bad, but it's correct.
Dig.
Dig. Agree. Once Echo forms online, we win. And we basically full heal at the fire anyway, so... we do full heal, because we have fire plus meal ticket. So no matter how much damage we take here.
Okay, my play here, Bias Cognition, Hologram, pull whatever the heck back, strike, end turn. We purge the debuff from the Bias Cognition.
Is there a big block card behind us?
There is. There's a genetic algorithm or a boot sequence, and we could do that next turn. It's just the amount of attacks in our deck is actually quite low. So I worry that, actually, yeah, this whole cycle has no access to an attack. So if we want to get rid of the Bias Cognition, it's now or never.
You're right. Well, except that we could play, when we see it next, we would see it if we're playing. The only other option is to not play it. But I think we just get away with playing it. It makes our setup easier. I like that turn. It's the turn. It's the turn.
Cool.
I was cheesing around like, don't play it, come back, double play it. But because we have double capacitor and the consumes, we're going to outscale Time Eater, so we're fine. I do think we want to double the capacitor and the consumes.
Ooh, how about we throw one consume right now and then reinforce?
What about a cool-headed? Do we want to get a Frost Orb in cycle? Because we passed Glacier or no?
We have not passed Glacier.
Okay, so then we're fine. Yeah.
Glacier's probably a play on that turn.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Slug. Take your time. We're going to take hours. You know?
Yep, I'm just trying to prepare my body for it. I'm trying to make sure that I don't get any chair sores. They're bed sores, but you get them sitting on it.
Chair sores. Oh my god.
We're fine.
It's time to prepare the ice chest. We will not cook you for many moons.
We double just static and then play a reinforce by itself?
Sure.
Okay, so the first card we double next turn is probably going to be a genetic algorithm, hopefully.
If they ever make the mistake to do damage to us. It's very painful. Oh, no, it's double capacitor.
I mean, that will end our turn. The enemy just did their largest attack, so... like...
Oh. Yeah, you're right. It's double genetic. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's too bad. We'll come back for you, capacitor.
It's fine. We have time.
This is why there's a pilot and a co-pilot. And the pilot's job is to look for... you know, glaciers directly in front of the vessel. As the co-pilot, my job is to anticipate, you know, glaciers over on the side. Things that we might crash into on different timelines.
It's extremely handy.
You gotta have it.
1, 2, 3.
We consume again, right?
Oh, I was gonna wait until we had the others out, but you're right.
Sure.
Probably should have gone for that.
It doesn't matter from here as long as we get this down and that down, and the darkness down.
Actually, we're already generating 90 block a turn. The enemy's like not gonna scale beyond that unless we stay here way too long.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. Darkness, right?
Just so darkness and
wind. Get that sucker going. I do believe that we can just press E.
Yeah, we totally can. I'll still cool-headed just to continue getting us through the deck. Does Echo Form give you the ability? Does Echo Form give you the ability to get out of the time maze? Does the second one invalidate it?
It won't happen anymore. I think it used to be one of the things that could go beyond. There used to be some ways to get a 13th card.
Yeah, there were.
But no more.
Dang.
You cannot. The time maze is complete. It wouldn't have mattered, but it's hilarious to think that we almost just double played Hyper Beam there.
Like,
we still could have recovered afterwards, which is amazing.
Wait a second. We don't need to do any healing, and we've double played all of our stuff. So at this point, we just gradually get the Dark Orb to the front and then wait for multicast.
We could just press E 28 times. There are so many paths to toasting this slug. All we're doing is keeping it cold while we butter up the darkness sauce. That's it.
There we go. All right, yeah, I'm ready to press E.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm not ready to press E yet. Now I'm ready to press E.
Don't swing. That's weak.
No, we're going for the biggest damage number I can find.
Nice. Oh, we had it. You want more?
We have more.
You want more?
We need the absolute largest number.
Okay, double charge battery then.
Double charge battery? Oh, yes. Oh, we're on board. So double turbo and then multicast this turn, please.
Choo-choo.
No? Okay, well, we'll wait.
Choo-choo?
We can no longer consume.
They're ahead of us. Is it exactly turbo multicast at the top of the deck here?
Yeah.
Amazing. As if divine.
The game knew what I wanted to do, and it was just like, look, I'm not going to make you wait here 20 minutes and then do it. You can just do it right now. Thanks,
so how much damage is this?
962.
Wow. 962. If the enemy were a vacuum in space. That was also times 11, wasn't it? You did almost 11,000 damage.
Yeah.
That's pretty strong, man.
It's okay. It's fine.
That kills a heart or two.
Well, not if you do it on a single turn.
That's fair. The heart farm is too powerful.
Alright.
So did that teach us that it's Panacea, right?
Yeah.
We don't need to upgrade the multicast? Yeah.
No. Like, when the multicast gets played, we are already over by way too much.
We should be damage capping.
It's do you want a genetic algorithm on the first base?
I'm just kind of sad about this Bioscock. You know, we can hard cast Meteor Strike in this deck. How funny is that?
Yeah.
But it's always skim, I think. Right?
Yeah. It gives us energy that we don't need right now.
What about, do we have enough money to drop Block Pot, take Gamblers? Is that ever better than skim?
Ooh, so like give us the fastest setup on, yeah, you know I like
it. The
it.
only situation where we struggle to beat the heart is the situation where we just cannot get to Echo Form at the bottom of the deck.
Yeah.
That's the solution. And we still have to beat these nerds, but the capacity of the deck to just like make a million block every turn is probably going to get us there.
Almost certain this is our hold.
Do we drop Boot and hold Reinforced?
Oh, yeah, right. I guess, especially if we're going to be trying to lead the Pocket Watch online. That is another thing that I didn't mention at the time, but I was thinking about in terms of the Reinforced Body, the X-Cost picks, and the Pocket Watch. It gives you a good way to dump the rest of your energy and still keep your Pocket Watch alive.
It feels good. Feels good. Oh, great turn. Yeah. Solid, full block. Feels good.
Could hardly worked out better.
And at higher Ascension, when these two burns are on top of the deck, we've offset that with Pocket Watch. So it's gold.
Mm-hmm. And we can Hyper Beam for free as well.
For that 4 damage. I guess it gets our lightning online. Yeah, we should still do it. It's not very much damage because they have so much block. But it would let us then do damage other ways, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're now just also, like, we're not stalling in this fight, right? Like, we're done growing.
Did they both attack last turn?
No, the shield did not.
Okay, so we actually want a single genetic. We should play. Are we gonna play both genetic algorithms?
I mean, like, I'm already looking towards Tempest as my way of hopefully ending up clearing the fight, but we haven't gotten the build that we want from Consume or Bias Cognition and, like, making that viable. So
then, were you looking to try to get some damage out of this turn? Do you want to charge battery to forward energy for a better next turn on 8 cards, or play a darkness to have that going?
Like, charge battery, genetic, and hyper beam is what I would do here. It's like a small amount of damage to them, but it is the 4 damage, and then it lets the lightning go through as well.
Cool. Is a genetic algorithm a full block? At this stage, the right spear is doing 40.
40?
And then the shield is doing... It's not the big hit from the shield yet, but it's a base of like 15, 14, 17, you know, so it's 20, 21 maybe is I think the damage that it's doing with you facing the wrong way. So it's a 61 damage turn.
Yeah, we generate 71 with the charge battery and the genetic.
Yeah, we're full blocking. They've done their job. They did what we wanted them to do. That's relevant damage, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, perfect. Hey, here we go. Wait, Bias Cognition Tempest. Would it literally be lethal right now? So 5 on everything, 13 per lightning that goes into the ground. Then this goes out for 6, so we end up with a total of 6 of them evoked. 6 for 13 is 60, 18, 78, and then it has 8, 8, 8, 24, 78, 24. It's not going to be enough to kill the Spire Spear by itself.
Which is interesting because Spire Spear could be attacking us here. It's not a very big attack, though. Is it? But we have a little healing online and stuff. It kind of...
Yeah, we have some healing in the next hand, I guess.
Kind of feels like it's... How much block can we get out of that Cool-Headed? We still kill shield if we go bias Cool-Headed Tempest, right? Maybe that's the play. Just offset a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because it's not a big hit.
All right. And yeah, they were just going for the buff anyway.
And they chose not to fight. You have chosen defeat.
A wise choice, I must say. Ooh, an Akabeko for all our attacks.
That Whirlwind Chemical X, you know, it came together here at the end. Huh. Neat.
Is it ever loop?
That's... You know, one more loop is not atrocious here, is it?
So this is if we want to, like, we're never going to know when the large block turn, large attack turn versus the small attack turns is.
I feel like the buffer is too awkward here.
Yeah.
I think I take the loop literally just because I don't want to break up our 101 Dalmatians. There's a drive. So what about this power pot?
I've been thinking about that. Right?
I think we have the 2 non-entropic pots that we want. We always play Focus Potion turn 1. It helps us get the Frost block online. And then we just gamblers to get to Echo Form. Oh my god. It's just going to be in the opening hand. I'm not going to complain.
So we didn't even need gambling chip. All gamblers brew. We didn't need to gamble at all.
We gambled so much. Okay, hear me out. I don't think that we move any of these pieces. And here's why. Because I think this turn is Charge Battery, Static Echo, pass to get 8 cards. And we don't want to see Capacitor loop any of that stuff because we want to double it. We have the perfect hand.
Love it.
It feels awkward to not use Gambling Chip, but we already have the things that we wanted to do.
No, you're right. We don't have any reason to want to see extra cards there. Yeah, we would have lost double consume or double loop.
We did good.
So, do we want to double consume then reinforce or double consume turbo reinforce? That would break our pocket watch.
So here's how we make that safe. It's double consume turbo rebound reinforced so that we have reinforced body next turn.
Love it.
Other option,
I'm afraid there's no other options.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out how to get value out of the gambling pot so we can break the entropic brew. Because like we want to get the powers out of it and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we'll do that next turn. Boop.
Ow.
Did we not orange pellets that turn?
No.
That was maybe the reason to gamble.
If it helps at all, gambling wouldn't have got us there.
There was a loop in hand, actually. The unupgraded loop was in hand. Dang, I didn't think about orange pellets, but I should have. Because that mattered. But that's okay. I think we can still win from here.
So that was the single large hit as well. So we could just pass this with reinforced with the 60 block we get out of that.
We have static discharge online. Do we ever take some of these hits? No, because it's too much damage. Yeah, I agree. Cool. Anything behind us? Nope.
All right, powers. There we are. Good to see you. Panacea a little bit late.
It's okay. Panacea is still great here because it sets us up to easily bias cognition online. We just need to... Well, no, and that's okay because there's not a lot of attacks, so that's good. We should be playing cool-headed, that's for sure.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, do we want to break the pocket watch?
I think with double cool-headed online, we get away with that. And then we might end up using Gambler's Brew next turn and to, like, fix our hand, and then that's fine because then we get to play out that Entropic Brew we wanted to play.
Mm-hmm. Just an awful ordering there. Took a little bit of damage.
It's all good. We can fix this. Wait. Is it double darkness? We do have to, like, win. I think it is. I think it's double darkness reinforce.
Are you sure? So the
Yeah,
reason I ask is because we can get a Darkness online in the next stand anyway. No, but no, because if we draw with the Pocket Watch, then we generate a new deck. No, you're right. Right.
Yeah. It's still full block. Next hand we have double biased, which is so good. And then...
So double biased, Darkness, Strike, and then Glacier. Start moving the Dark Orbs forwards.
Are we going to play the loop this turn too? Or no?
I do want to work the loop in, but... I mean... We can take some damage this turn?
Here, let's... This is one of those, I think, really, really good moments too. I think there are many paths to win, but there are also certainly paths to lose for here.
Definitely.
So just forecast out. You know, right now, this is the multi-hit, because we took single hit last turn, or was it multi last turn?
It was single hit last turn.
Single last turn. So this is multi, so it's a 4 by 15, 60, which encourages us to play Glacier this turn. Okay. And if we double bias Glacier, that's 3, and then we have some other things. And then how are we doing 650 over the next, say, 4 turns? Because I think from that point, we have enough block to survive another cycle. At that point, that it would be 6 by 15, but okay, so we want to be looping Frost Orbs soon, or looping Dark Orbs and winning in the next 3 turns.
Oh wait, hang on. No, yeah, loop. Okay, sorry, loop can totally work into that because we've already pre-removed the bias cognition. Yep. We don't need to activate the orange pellet, so Strike doesn't need to go out.
That's what Panacea did. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Okay, so it's bias.
Do we ever? Discard our Gambler's Brew, by the way, right here to just play Entropic, or do we hold it for next turn to make sure next turn does something and then play? Because I do think we're losing value on this Entropic quickly by holding it when we could be finding a Dex Potion, a Strength, another Power Pod, and you know, like there's some scaling in there probably.
Possibly. I think that we need to hold it for the possibility of getting to genetic algorithms and stuff on the turn.
And we are breaking Pocket Watch this turn too. Oh wow, we still have 2 genetics floating around. Okay, we're in an all right place. Yeah. And there's still Consume coming too.
1, 2. Wait, was I using darkness at all?
I don't know that we even have to. I think we're playing Glacier, and then that's enough block here that we could afford to just loop the. Oh yeah, loop the Lightning Orb. There you go. That's our turn. That's how we're scaling damage. There's that's how we win. That's how we win. That's great.
Found it.
We just needed some way to get the extra couple hundred, basically, and there's certainly a way to help us do that. Is this our gamble turn? So we do something this turn?
Sure.
And now Entropic. What's it got? Wow, cool. Power Pot? Nice. We go into Victory Town now. It's Disney. Let's go. Did you think that was cultist?
I thought it was cultist, yeah.
That's okay. This is awesome.
I've actually not used this potion before, I think.
The key is we do have to keep Pocket Watch live because we do have to care about getting to genetic algorithm next turn for sure. Do you want to just go Electro reinforced here because we're already blocking for 92? Wait a minute. You want to pop the other potions?
Yeah, let's do that. Sorry, I'm just a little taken back by that. Like,
that was awesome.
Do we want to set up a buffer for the possibility it ends up saving us against a large attack?
I think that what we do here is we play the Static Discharge, because what the Static Discharge is going to do, well, I guess there's a single attack coming maybe. Is that what we're playing?
No, there's not a single attack. There's a large attack.
Well, we're not getting any damage this turn. And then next cycle, it's the multi that I think we're most scared of. And there's our answer to that.
All right.
Just like enough damage. They're scaling by so much. That was such a baller play.
I wish I'd intended it.
That was awesome.
So the thing is, the Corrupt Heart, its invincible resets on its turn or when?
It does. So if we do damage now and then it starts going, it will reset. So that damage from Static Discharge will happen and we'll see it in our next turn.
Okay. So if I
damage
like
during its
double
turn
dual
is a new
cast genetic, or like even just double dual cast genetic and then reinforce. No, but then the enemy doesn't hit me, so it doesn't happen.
Well, this is, if it's the multi, it's now hitting for 6 by 15. So that's, I don't know, that's 90 damage.
There's a multi-cast left in the deck. Let's just defend and dual cast.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, we can win that way. I want to know what's in that colorless potion. We're not going to play it this turn, but I just want to know what it is.
We're seeing. Nothing, apparently. It's completely empty.
Discover multicast.
Oh, wow. We even discovered the one we already had in the deck.
Choo-choo.
Get him.
That was, I actually don't even think that was the wrong play. I think that was just really strong, because what we were looking to do was to then close the fight from there.
Uh-huh.
And with the pocket watch, we were pretty safe to find block. Maybe it opened us up to a bit of risk that may have been unnecessary, but it was sweet to watch all of our orbs turn into purple. Awesome.
The 5 seconds of terror and panic as I was like, wait a second, that's not cultist. Uh-oh.
Oh, I watched it happen and it was awesome.
Oh.
It was awesome. GG, Rhapsody. Wonderful run.
GG.
We didn't even have to use our last genetic algorithm, which is maybe a testament to how much value it bought us throughout the run.
Definitely. And also that, like, as we had that discussion at the start of Act 2, and then over the course of Act 2 ended up picking a reinforced body as well as a couple other defensive options. It speaks a lot about the fact that thinking at that point about how we need to diversify our block specifically for this fight is what provided all of our block in this fight.
Yep. That's right. And think back to the beginning of, it comes in waves and phases, right? We skipped the buffer in Act 2, or going into Act 2, and took Electro. And that was so big for securing key elite fights. We took 5 elites, or we took 4, I guess, in Act 3. We could have taken 5.
We definitely could have. That one probably had calibers.
It probably did. No, because wouldn't it be the same as the Spire elites? So it was Wakabeko.
Yeah. But then the Spire Shield and Spear might have had calipers.
True. Which would have actually kind of been wild. Imagine hundreds of block. No, we already got hundreds of block. GG. That was a really lovely run, and I love defect runs that make a diverse use of the orb slots throughout the run. We had times where we were looping a single orb to block. We had times where we were running an array of frost, lightning, and some scaling dark orbs. We had times to where we were just closing down fights with electrodynamics. We really pushed the breadth of our orb slots and the things we could put in them. And I think that's really cool, because it often feels like the only way to win with defect is to pick one, pick one orb, pick one color. Do you want to be lightning today, or do you want to be frost today? Do you want to be mini orbs, or you want to be... And that run proves that there's frequently an option to stay kind of diverse.
Definitely. It's like the first thing that I did, and heck, the first thing I do when I play any new character is I put a lot of things into a deck that say the same word on them. And for like a huge period of time, I was defining defect decks. This is back when the defect was released, like that kind of like period of time. For a huge period of time, I was like, this is a lightning deck. This is a frost deck. This is an orb deck. Never shall they meet. And then eventually someone was like, so what if you put a frost orb in your darkness deck? And then I started experimenting with that a little, and then I had a deck that was just a bunch of ball lightnings and cold snaps that was like, okay, so wait, I can use these as like on active instant things to do. And then compounding that with the knowledge that I ended up getting as I started to Ascension 20 playing of or rather Ascension 15 playing and then later Ascension 20 playing, of you need to have ways in your deck to account for these different things that you are going to run into. It was just interesting to see in this run all of those different lessons taught over time coming together to be like, this is the defect. Enjoy.
And we didn't see, one of my favorite fights to demonstrate that is scaling up a bunch of damage with darkness works in a lot of fights, but there's a few fights that punish it really badly. And one of them is Transient, which is an otherwise like fairly unassuming Act 3 fight if you just consistently make damage. And this deck would have solved that through genetic algorithms, lightning orbs, and other mechanisms of making big consistent block and damage, even though for so long it was just killing things with darkness, right? But to a certain extent, for what it's worth, I think, particularly for newer players, sticking to simpler lines is probably smart and somewhat of a defense mechanism, because it is easy to become jack of all trades, master of none with Defect. It's a hard line to toe between I have lots of options and I have made a very diluted deck, right? So it's a tricky class. Pocket Watch, it's just the enabler. It's the real MVP of this run. It let us do everything that we did.
It really, really did. I like how many times in these kinds of runs we get something early on that doesn't define our run entirely, but it pushes us in a direction that we can then see the impact of through the entire rest of the run.
This run does not look anything like this without Pocket Watch. So much of the ability to take cards and optionality, to consistently push to stall, to, you know, like a lot of the ways that we were able to play and build were defined by that relic, which is awesome.
So good.
Just
a good old hearty salute to you, Pocket Watch.
Pocket Watch into Time Eater. Time was the true champion this time.
So it was. Hey, hey, Teak.
Hey, Rhapsody.
What would you want if you had like but if you were like, so if you had to say that you were a content creator in some sort of a situation, what would you do and where would you do it?
Have you ever been so far as
to go any more like?
So I'm so disarmed. My brain just fell over and died. It's like I'm gonna have to scrape it up off the floor. I am a full-time content creator. I'm a full-time broadcaster at twitch.tv/sneakyteak. You can find me there 6 days of the week, most of the time evenings, 7 p.m. Central, except for Sundays, which are earlier. I play a lot of games like Slay the Spire, Monster Train, Risk of Rain 2, which is full release soon, 1.0. And I do have a YouTube channel, which is like, it's an IOU. It continues to be a rain check. But look, the storm started coming around here in Teak Town, so maybe YouTube too.
Maybe YouTube too.
Maybe YouTube too.
The Risk of Rain release, that's August 4th or 6th?
August 11th or 11th. August. It's a day. I should know this. I you know, big ol' helping of salt. I just know it's coming, and I'm trying to knock the rust off on looping runs, because the game is hard. It's fun though.
So you're gonna be doing like a lot of the Risk of Rain around its release?
I think so. I like to play a game like this and to use it to take all of the folds out of my brain, and then once I'm polished like a marble, I play a game like Risk of Rain at like 2 a.m. That's usually how my streams go.
That sounds absolutely perfect. I wanted to completely clarify there, because I've been asked a few times to do Risk of Rain content, but Risk of Rain 2 is just not a match with me. I loved Risk of Rain 1, but I know that weirdly I enjoy watching Risk of Rain 2 way more than playing it.
Yeah. Everybody has their boats and their not boats, you know? I just talked to another content creator tonight about that. They were like to watch you play Risk of Rain 2, it's never going to show up on my stream. So, but that's part of the joy of places like YouTube and Twitch, is you can find a community of people that play all the games that you like.
Exactly. So if there's anyone out there that's still looking for some Risk of Rain or any other excellent gameplay and commentary, you can find that over at, again, twitch.tv/sneakyteak, linked in the description down below next to the YouTube channel. For the moment,
for the kind words, and thanks for the I mean, just we spend time talking about me at the end of the stream, but this would not exist without Rhapsody. So lest we forget, this all started because Rhapsody reached out to me several months ago and said, let's collaborate on Ladder Streak content, and it's awesome. It's been one of my favorite things to work on as a full-time creator and broadcaster. So thank you, for the community that you've built, and for your knowledge in the game, and for piloting these runs. It's really, really cool to get to do every week.
Thank you. It's very kind of you to say. It was such like a weird occurrence as well, of like, I just ended my stream. I was playing Slay the Spire, and I just looked into the Slay the Spire like area, and I saw your stream, and I saw I think something below your stream. Oh, you know what it was? It was actually it was the tags that you have for your type of stream. And I saw those, and I was like, analytical stream, a welcoming community. Excellent, we'll raid this person. And then, like, it was like a day 2 after that I was like, yeah, I think I want to work with this person, because I stayed to watch as well.
It's always serendipity, right? I mean, so many decisions in life are fairly arbitrary, but then end up having such gravity after the fact, right? So it's pretty cool.
So it is. So yeah, that's been the episode. Hope you've all been enjoying yourselves. There's a playlist in the description down below with a lot of content on the game, past, present, and future, as well as obviously the playlist for exclusively this series. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.